Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Captain Ngoma, you can take your seat. Captain Ngoma would like to welcome you to this inquiry by the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee, which is investigating the plane crash that took place on 10th June 2024 at Ndongwa, where we lost lives of the former Vice President and 8 others. We will try and make some formalities, introduction, so you may know who is here. But due to time, just know that on this right, we have members of Ad Hoc Committee. They will introduce themselves when they're asking you questions. And on the left, we have Secretariat, and I'm the Chairman, Walter Nyamirando Manda. Let me declare that I know the witness. We grew up together with his brother, Hanok Ngoma, whom I played football with, and who was also my roommate after University of Malawi. So I may be excused from asking questions. Maybe my vice will take those questions, but I know him personally. Captain, just inform you that we are live on Parliament TV and other media houses, and to inquire from you, what language are you comfortable with to communicate this evening?
Thank you, Chair, sir. I think for the sake of clarity, we might have to be mixing English and Chichewa. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Captain Ngoma, as the wing commander, technical wing aircraft technician, you were responsible for technical oversight of aircraft maintenance and airworthiness matters. Your testimony is expected to provide the committee with critical information regarding the mechanical condition of the Dornier 228, maintenance history, servicing records, inspection procedures, technical defects, and the process through which the aircraft was certified fit for flight. Your evidence will be central to determining whether the aircraft met all applicable airworthiness requirements prior to departure. You have been served with summons to come and testify to the Ad Hoc Committee. Before you respond to the summons, we will require you to take oath. May I request the Secretary to administer an oath?
I, George Koroti Ngoma,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
by the Almighty God
by the Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give
that the evidence I shall give
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You may take your seat. Having taken oath, you can respond truthfully and fully, but also try and explain from the outset your role as a technician, so that we can direct your questions towards the right focus. And there will be supplementary questions, obviously, to what you know surrounding. But we just want to also to explain your role. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, sir, and all members of the House. As stated before, I am Captain George Ngoma. I am the current wing commander for the technical wing. Let me say beforehand that during the incident that has brought us all here together, I was not the wing commander then, and I was not in the country then. As to my position the responsibilities that I have as the wing commander for the technical. The technical wing has the responsibility of providing serviceable aircraft for all kinds of missions that we have been tasked to carry out. Basically, we do aircraft maintenance and servicing. We have the task of checking the parts that maybe have expired and need to be purchased and replaced in the machines, and we make sure we service the machines on time all the time. Thank you, Chair.
But you can confirm that you are very conversant with the Donia 228?
Yes, Chair, sir. I am conversant with the Donia 228, having undergone basic aircraft training with the Air Force of Zimbabwe School of Technical Training from 2005 to 2009. That's where I did my basic aircraft engineering for 4 years. After that, I went for type rating in Germany, right at the factory where the Donia 228s are manufactured. That was early 2010. So I am conversant with the aircraft, sir.
So we're speaking to the right person. Can you proceed to give us your testimony? You may read it through or you may talk it through. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, sir, and the Honorable House. I tried as much as possible to follow the guidance from the sermon. So as for the role played by me on that particular time, I say I played no role in the operation and planning of the flight operation, as I was outside the country on official duties. In particular, I was at that time part of the Malawi military contingent deployed in the Democratic Republic of Congo under the SADC mission to the DRC, SAMI DRC. At that time, the official wing commander for the technical wing was my comrade Major Tonazio Michael Mtseka. For planning and preparations, I will only outline the standard procedures used when preparing an aircraft for flight as per each given air transport order. When the base operations office sends the technical wing an air transport order, that is an ATO, it is taken to the office of the wing commander for actioning and record keeping. The person holding the office that time is the authority to activate preparation activities by giving instructions to the workshop floor in charge and the flight line chief. The flight line crew, composed of engines and airframes technicians, avionics technicians, and a storeman, will be responsible for doing the pre-flight operations according to the mission stipulated in the air transport order. This includes power on and power off checks of all the systems and changing of configuration of the aircraft according to the task at hand. And since the Donia 228 is a quick changeover aircraft by design, the pre-flight checks are done in almost an hour, and the aircraft is taken to the apron where it is handed over to the flight technician of the day. That is the technician who will fly with the aircraft together with the pilots, who also happens to originate from the same technical wing, by the way. He will also do his acceptance check, and in turn he will hand over the aircraft to the pilots when they arrive. At this time, all the flight line crew are on the same apron as ground crew to help with ground power unit operation for aircraft engine start as well as marshalling the aircraft. The final authority to have the aircraft to fly is the captain in command. After his final check on the aircraft, he accepts the aircraft as airworthy by putting his signature in the flight logbook. Selection of the aircraft for the VP's mission. I believe there was no specific selection done, because at this point in time, there was only one aircraft that was flying at Zomba Air Base, and this aircraft was already out on a mission in Mzuzu as an air ambulance, carrying the remains of Senior Counsel Raf Kasambala. The task to fly the Vice President came whilst the aircraft was in Zuzu, and because the Vice President was to attend the same funeral, there was no time to fly back to Zomba to change the aircraft configuration from ambulance back to VIP configuration. That is my submission, Chair, sir.
Thank you for that presentation. I will hand over to my Vice Chairman to conduct the proceedings and direct the questioning.
Thank you so much, Chair. Captain George Ngoma, at this point to allow members to ask questions. So we will now take the questions. Honour members, who is ready? Yes, there's Mayani.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair, standing in for the Chair. And Captain, since you are an engineer, you hand over the plane when you say it's serviceable. If it was a car, you could say it's roadworthy, or it can do the work you want it to do. There has been a big debate, and I want you to settle it as an engineer. I'm asking this. It might be a 20th time because that question has come, but now we have the actual engineer here, and that's you, Captain. I wanted to know that the issue of the ELT, it comes with the plane, and then after some time you sent a request to replace the 40 ELT, but at the very same time you are still flying with a 40 ELT. So at times you are sending a requisition to say we need a replacement, but then again you are flying and you say sometimes the military, we don't need the ELT. So as a civilian, I'm confused to say which is which. Do you really want the ELT or you don't want it? So maybe you as a captain, can you please clarify? Because some people are convincing us to say you don't need the ELT because when the plane crashes, you don't want the enemies to locate you. And then you send a requisition for a replacement. And then here we are. The plane crashes and it has no functioning ELT. As a captain, would you please help to clarify if you really need the ELT, or if you may declare to say we need ELTs or we should forget about it, that you as a military, you don't need the ELTs. And so that if civilians use your vessels, your machines, we should know that we are out there on our own without the ELT, just in case the plane crashes. Thank you. That's my only question, Chair.
Maybe Captain, you can take that one before Manza Central.
Thank you very much for your question, sir. The issue of the ELT is indeed a hot one. And there are rules governing the use of ELTs. I think if you're saying those who have gone before me have said it is dangerous for the military to have the ELT, I'll say yes, I agree with them. Because if a military plane crashes in enemy territory, it will be easily located. It will be easily located. And being military, the tasks that we are given by the nation, mostly they're supposed to be clandestine. We do not want to be discovered. At the same time, these state assets that you gave us to look after, there is always a possibility, and there has always been times that we have had to carry civilian passengers who might need the use of the ELT, and a good example is one of the reasons why we are here. So all these have got a separate regulations governing them. I can say confidently that from the Chicago Convention of 1944, state aircraft may not use the ELTs. But looking at modern times, everything is changing, a lot is changing, and the rules governing civilian passengers require an ELT. We thought it wise to upgrade our machines, and that is where our request to buy ELTs, the cockpit voice recorders and flight data recorders came about, because we saw the need. Unfortunately, when we put across our request, I hear, since I was not there then, but when the request was put across, there was a hold up somewhere, and I think it was issue of funding. So as we stand, that's the situation, sir.
Thank you. Mwanza Central, then Zombaton.
Thank you very much, Chair. Since he was not in the office the time this operation happened, I will just ask if, when you got into the office and after the incident, if you took time to look at the documentation, can you confirm that all the procedures were done before the plane was dispatched? That is, if you looked at the documents when you got into office.
And thank you for that question, sir. When I got into office, the only documentation that I could follow through was the documentation for the flight on the 9th of June. But for the 10th of June, remember we're saying the aircraft was outstation. So once the aircraft is outstation, it is the responsibility of the aircraft engineer on board to do the checks and the documentation. So at this particular time, that documentation is in the aircraft that is out flying. Unfortunately, we lost all the documents for the 10th together with the aircraft.
Thank you very much for that response. In fact, I was referring to the one on the 9th, because I think that's the time it left the air wing. But are there any procedures that when a plane is outstation that you probably follow up or check with the engineer manning the craft, just to check if at all everything is in order, the plane is still fit to conduct the new operation, or when it goes out of the station, you leave all the authority to the engineer. The base has no interest to check, or it doesn't check. That's under the normal procedures. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Sir. It is standard practice that the technician on board always communicates back to base. 1, before takeoff. 2, soon after landing, wherever he has landed. So there is always communication between the technicians and the base back home.
Thank you very much. Last question. Is it recommended that the communication must be recorded as it is done on the day the plane is leaving the base, or it's just over a phone call? Then there isn't any documentation needed.
This communication is simply over the phone. There is nothing recorded. If there is anything to record, it means maybe the aircraft has got a problem, of which, if the aircraft has got a problem, the pilot will always log it down in the logbook, and the technician will sort it out and sign it as cleared. If it is something bigger that he cannot sort it out outstation, then the base is informed and the base has to send in all the necessary help that is required to go and sort out the problem so that the mission may continue, or else maybe send another aircraft to carry on the mission while the other aircraft is being sorted out. But the communication is solely over the phone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Chair. That's all from me.
Thank you. I had already recognized Zomba Tondwe, but after Zomba Tondwe, can we go to Doa Kasangas?
Thank you so much, Vice Chair. I've avoided commenting on this, Chair, but maybe I would request that maybe we look at other issues to avoid maybe talking too much on the ELT. It's been discussed in too much, I think. But I wanted to give free advice to my colleague there, because Captain Ngoma, you may agree with me that if the ELT has an off, on and arm facility, is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Yeah. And then when it is on off, even if you put it on in the cockpit or you arm it, it will still not transmit. Is that correct as well? If it's on the actual ELT, I mean off.
Yeah. If it is off,
yeah,
then it will not activate.
Yeah. Now my free advice as a Malawian chair is that we are afraid of this because the fact remains that the ELT is very important. In the case of this inquiry, if the ELT was there, chances are we could find survivors on the crash site, because it was going to help the country tracing them area with such facilities. So we must accept as a country that this is an important equipment. But again, on the military side, I cannot talk too much about the military, but just free advice. The fact that it has an off facility, it means if you fly into enemy territory, it will still not transmit, Chair. It's already off. Even on the point of crashing, it won't transmit. So maybe you may need to consider that. That's just my free advice. But back to my issue, Chair, I wanted just to check with him, because if you analyze this tragic accident, there are challenges on people have talked about weather. I think we've discussed thoroughly with the other gentlemen. There have been challenges on issues of communication and probably directional guidance. I wanted, therefore, Captain Ngoma, to confirm if your Donia and indeed your other planes have macro licenses. Are you licensed? Radio ones?
For the macro licenses, I think that question I would leave for the strategic offices.
But as a technician, as the engineer, you needed to know that.
Yes, that is very true. I needed to know that, but I think the senior officers coming after me, like I think tomorrow you have Ken Ondoke, you might take that question. Sir, please.
Maybe if he's hearing, he can prepare well, because we may need copies, Chair. Because I know in civil aircrafts, every aircraft has to have, it's a mandatory aspect to have a license for the planes. When you're communicating, you are a radio station on your own. Each plane is a station. So it may help as a country if it also helps to check on them, and it improves on issues of quality. So maybe I'll spare that for tomorrow. The other thing is just to confirm, how do you do your campus calibration on the Donia, and how often?
For the campus calibrations, the specific times according to the maintenance manuals, and specifically how the campus swings are done. I think the avionics inspector, who is Colonel Chilunguni, he's also coming in tomorrow. He'll give you the exact technical way how he does the campus swing. Let me also categorically say, I specialize in engines and airframes. Yes, I trained on all systems, but there are certain aspects that are technically for the avionics personnel. That is why I'm saying the avionics inspector, Colonel Chilunguni, is coming after me. I think he'll give you the exact way how the campus swings are done. And
thank you so much. Okay, so are you in a position to advise if you'd comment whether the initial technical specifications book is there in your library, or you're not sure?
And that one is available, sir. The specific one for the Donia 228.
Yes.
Yes, and if it is required, I think if you put in a formal request, Kenon Dokwe might be traveling with all the documents for the said aircraft Tango 03. So if you put in a formal request, I'm sure those can be provided, sir.
I think it may be too late with Secretariat, but I think we'll see what we may do. Otherwise, on the flight technical logbook, you have mentioned that it was completely destroyed. Have you seen it in the damaged state, or you were just told?
I was just told. Remember, as I said, I was not in the country at that time.
Okay. Maybe I may also have to spare that for, yeah. Otherwise, there was mention of the attitude direction indicator as a defect, which was mentioned within the week of the accident. Would you suspect that this might be, because it can contribute due to loss of direction? I hope you agree.
If you mean the loss of direction in the sense of attitude, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And therefore, this component had a defect within the week of the tragic accident. Would you suspect that there's a possibility that after rectifying the defect, it might have failed within, because it must have been 3 or 4 days, as per information that we got from your previous colleagues. Would you suspect that that's one of the components you would think might have contributed to the tragic accident?
I would say no, because after going through the reports by the BIU, I think the aircraft systems and structure were certified and cleared. Thank you, sir.
Chair, okay, maybe we would need reference documents with reference to the same at a later stage. Okay, as I wind up, just to confirm that all your maintenance is done as per minimum equipment list, and as per maintenance manual. I mean, as per manufacturer's manual. Just to confirm.
And that is correct, sir.
Chair, I'm okay. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sangazi, and after that we'll go to Ncheu Zonzimvai.
Zikomo kwambiri Vice Chair potipatsa mwayi kuti tiperekeko mafunso. Ndili ndi mafunso awiri kwenikweni. Funso loyambirira ndila kuti ndikukhulupirira kuti munawerenga BFU report. Ngati engineer mungatiuze zotani pamene BFU report ikuonetsa kuti ndege itanyamuka ku Kamuzu International Airport itadutsa pa point ina mulendo opita ku Nzuzu kaya ino yake numati pa point nasa kenako inamba kukhota modabwitsa inuyo mu analysis yanu ngati engineer maona kuti ndege mapanga zimene zichifaya chani mwina muyankheka ili funso limene.
Zikomo kwambiri honorable sir. Kuchokera kumbali ya engineering, after kuwerenga BIU reported anatitsimikizira ndithu after their investigation kuti ma systems ose anali bwino. So kwinako I think ndi kwambiri mbali ya mapilot and nditha kulakwisa kuti ndikepo chiganizo changa foti sindikudziwa kuti anzathu anali mu situation yotani pa nthawiyo. Zikomo.
Funso lachiwiri ndilo khudzana ndi analysis imene munapanga mwina pa report ngati limene lija ndi mmene munayionera ndegeyo ngati munaona zithunzi itagwa kuti no inuyo munaona ngati kuti ngozi imene ija inachitika chifukwa chani. What can you attribute that accident to?
Ngozi imene ija mukuganizira titha kunena kuti mwina anakumana ndi nyengo or tinene kuti bad weather. Otherwise kuti tichulusepo gagamdiwa titha kungonena zinthu zoti tikungoganizira mwe sizili choncho kwa pa nthawiyo ifeyo panalibepo pa malopo anzathu mena mauluka. Nde kuti tingopanga speculate, I think it would be a very wrong thing for me. Sir, please.
Thank you. Ncheu Zonzimvai.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair, for giving chance the people of Ncheu Zonzimvai to ask a question to Captain George Ngoma. Actually, I had 2 questions, but the first one has been taken by Mwaza Centro. But I'll ask the remaining one. As engineer, Mr. Captain Ngoma, were there any concerns that should have been prevented the flight from proceeding to Nzuzu on the 10th June 2024? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ma'am. From what I've heard, remember I said I was not in the country at that time. I haven't been told that there were any concerns. The aircraft was certified fit for flight and it took off on the 9th, heading up north. So after that, that's when maybe we hear issues of bad weather, but technically, as of the aircraft, there were no concerns on our machine. Thank you, ma'am.
Zikomo kwambiri mwina tikhoza kukhala kuti tikupita kumapeto ngati pali mwina funso lina loti tinayiwala nthawi ndi imeneyi tiyambe ndi Zomba Thondwe, then we go to Lilongwe Mude.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair. I forgot one which I think is an important component. Captain Ngoma, would you confirm that the way you keep your records are on cards depicting information of each individual component on the plane?
Yes, I would say so, because there are life records for each and every component that is on the aircraft.
I'm answered, thank you.
Lilongwe Mude, tisirizireni.
Thank you so much, Vice Chair, Captain Ngoma. Funso ili mukhonza kuyankha ngati mukuona kuti nzotheka kutero, komanso mukhonza kusayankha mutaona kuti nkothekanso kutero. Munapanga specialize kapena kuti inu ntchito yanu kwambiri ndiyo khudzana ndi mainjini komanso frame ya ndege zimene mwatiuza. Ndiyeno mutaona ngozi jamene idachitikira, ndikhupe kuti mudaona zithunzi chifukwa choti mukudalibe, mudaona zithunzi mmene mainjini adachokera komanso mmene frame idachitikira tsiku limenelo. Ndunena kuti mukhoza kusayankha kapenanso mukhoza kuyankha chifukwa choti ndingofunsa opinion yanu chabe. Nkutheka kunena kuti mmene mudaonera frame iyi mmene idachitikira ngoziyo kuti idachitika kwambiri ku frame uko, nkutheka kunena kuti mwina ena mwa iwo amene anali mngozi muja ikugwa chonchija adakhalabe ndi moyo kapena iyayi. Chimene ndikufuna kumvetsetsa nchonena poti mudachita ma frames nchifukwa yake ndikufunsa pamenepo kuti mmene mudaonera ma frame mmene adachitira nkutheka kunena kuti tidakapezapo mwina wina onena kuti ali ndi moyo. Zikomo.
Ndiye mwina ngati mwamvesesa Alilongwe Mude, mukhoza kuyankha kapena mukhoza osayankha chifukwa mwanena kale kuti inu kunalibe ndi muna zithunzi simunazione, akupasani mpata oyankha komanso osayankha.
Zikomo kwambiri sir. This one is a very difficult question chifukwa makeup ya muntu ndiyo vutirapo. We are all made up differently. Wina ka impact kakang'ono katha kumpweteka mosiyana ndi unzake. So this question, I think it will be safer for me not to answer.
Zikomo kwambiri, timaganiza tikumaliza komabe tikupasani mpata anthu akudedza mayani.
Zikomo kwambiri Chair, ngakhale kuti tikumaliza kuti mwandilola kuti ndipereke mafunso owonjezera. Ndimangofuna mutatidziwitsa kuti kodi ndege imeneyi kulemera kwake mmene anayipangira inali yolemera makilo angati kapena matani angati ngati inu mungakumbukire.
Donia 228 specifically Tango 03, the specific figure nditha kukhala ngati apapa mutu muyathawa pang'ono, but tikakhala kuti tichule basic figure ndege zija zimafika about 4.5 tons.
Okay,
and the maximum takeoff weight taloda katundu ndi anthu ndeuti we take off with about 6.2 tons.
ndiye kuti imakhala ikulemera pafupi makilogramu 6,000. ndiye ndege ikati tingoyerekeza ikamatera mwina funso limene ena analifunsaso poti inuyo ndinu engineer, mati ikamakatera kuti ukaponda pasi pacha imakhala ikuthamanga liwiro lotani mwanomo?
Kuthamanga kwa ndege is dependent on a number of things. One, mapilot akulusawo akupanga zinthu motani. Two, there is also a direction of wind. If you have a tailwind, ndithu ndege ija imakankhika. So it depends on the pilots controlling and maybe the wind aspect. Koma ndithu ndege ijayo roughly around 300 to 400 kilometers per hour. So si speed ya ing'ono.
zomwe kwambiri chairpo ndilo kuti ndifunse mafunso onjezerawo ndimangofuna kuona fundo imeneyo kuti chinthu chikulemera 6000 kg komanso chikuthamanga pafupi 300 km per hour mwanomo zikomo.
Zikomo kwambiri. Ndisanapereke kwa chair nanenso ndimati ndifunse ku mafunso awiri atatu makamaka nkhani ya engineering. Tinawerenga mu report ya MDF kuti siku limene ndege imeneyi imanyamuka kuchoka ku Zomba kupita ku Chileka zikukhala ngati injini imodzi ndiyesa ndiya kumanzere inakana kuyamba kuchita rotate, ndiya kuti anapempha anyamata anayipanga ndi manja kuizunguza ndi manja kenaka inazagwira moto inapita ndithu ulendo umenewo. Ndimafuna ndingodziwa kuti kodi zimenezi zimachita indicate kuti panali vuto ndi injini imeneyi.
Thank you, Honorable Sir, for that question. Ma engine Adonia akamazungulira oil amakwera mwamba, so it is standard procedure ndege mukatera technician amapukusa propeller. So I wasn't there sinduzoti patsikulo chinachitika ndichani. There is a possibility kuti mwina sana pukuse mokwanira, so inside the aircraft poliza paja you might get low oil pressure necessitating kuti mwina mukatani mukapukuseso oil yese asike, or else imatha kukhala what we say issue to do with the residual temperature kuti ngati anatera and mosakhalisa afuna kunyamukaso engine idakali yotentha kwambiri, technician amayenera akapukuse muduse mphepo mkati muja muzizirise temperature for a good engine start. Thank you, sir.
Mongo pitiriza kuti zimene zimachitika ndi ndege zanyuwani zomwe za mtundu umenewo kamene poti mkulu amene yanalo pakanthawi mwina zinafika poti tizinthandizira ndi manja. Tati yankhani bwinobwino
pamenepo ine ndiyankha kuti ndege yathu ndi yapakanthawi kudzaka mmene timawerengera anthu pakubadwa ndi kumakula, koma moyo wa ndege sitimawerenga choncho. Moyo wa ndege timawerenga the number of hours yomwe ndege yauluka. So I can comfortably tell you kuti ndege imene imanyamuka I think pa 9 it had only flown about 3,000 it was just 3,480 hours 10 minutes. Pa moyo wa ndege kungouluka 3,000 hours, ndege imene ili very 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 fresh. It is as good as new. Thank you, sir.
Zikomo kwambiri. Funso langa lomaliza chifukwa anthu ena anafunsabe za kukhuzana ndi ku wreckage. Tinawerenganso pena pake kuti mapropela ndiyesa zija zimapukusa zija za engine zitapezeka zinaoneka kuti kuphwanyika kwake kunalibe pattern, pomwe chikaphwanyika chikuzungulira ndiye kuti chimakhala ndi akuti direction imodzi, kuti imene chimazunguliramo mwina chikumenya pansi ndiye kuti kupindika kwake kumaoneka kuti si unidirectional, pomwe mapropela awa anaoneka kuti anakuphwanyika mwachisawawa. Kodi mungachite bwanji interpret zimenezi?
Thank you, Honorable Sir. My simple interpretation ndi kulingana ndi mene ndinaonera andi ndi komwe kunapezeka ma engine. Ndege zija upon impact ma engine ose awiri anathothoka pa mapiko. They went flying in different directions. So it is not possible for you to get a pattern kuti propeller ikuzungulira ikumenya pasi one direction. My engine, they were flying all over, so that to me I would interpret it that way. That is why there was no proper pattern. The propellers are hitting the ground while rotating in one direction. Because definitely when the engines were flying off, now samazungulira so haphazardly, hitting the ground from different angles. That is my personal opinion, sir.
Chair, ndikupaseni bwaloli zikuoneka kuti mafunso onse tamaliza.
Tokoze Captain Ngoma paja nthawi yanu matidikira ndinomalizira tsiku la lero. Tufunani ulendo wabwino. Mwina mulini mawu omalizira amene mumafuna kulankhula.
Thank you, Chair, sir. Mau pang'ono chabe. I will say this, also stemming from the good advice I got from Honorable Dumisani Lindani. There is need to have modern equipment on our machines, and there is need indeed to have modern machines. But zintu izizi ifeyo as custodians and as the technocrats, there is a limit as to how far we can go. We can only give advice and recommendations. The rest, I'm sure, comes from government. So maybe from me, it is a plea for mene mabwana 2006 amapempa kuti we should upgrade Ndege. They saw this need. And the Honorable Indanisa, I am 100% with you on that. They saw this need, and we still see this need up to now. So it is a plea, if it is possible, when we give recommendations and requests, maybe if these could be honored in time. I submit, sir.
Tokoza kwambiri. Mukoza kupita.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.